And hope you all enjoy our trip to Fiji today. The floor is yours, Lou, and thanks so much for coming on. We'll be doing trivia at the end, so I'll be back on for that.
Great. Well, thanks everybody. I'm so happy to be here. Of course, I'm here with my goat again. And I got
I'm gonna get that goat.
my Boy Scout hat. I was a Boy Scout leader, although
Uh-oh.
my son didn't like it, so it didn't last too long. All right, let me get it fired up. So we're gonna start out where we always start out. Here we go. Let me share my screen, and I'm gonna share, and we're gonna start out at the Department of Aging and Community Living, as always. Everybody can see okay?
Yeah, you're good to go, Lou.
And then we're gonna go over to Union Station. You're gonna take Metro over to Dulles Airport. And so let's zoom out a little bit so we can see Dulles Airport. All righty. And so lately we've been out traveling pretty much in the same direction. So we're gonna go all the way over to Dulles. I always think I'm gonna have a hard time finding it, but it's actually huge. It's just huge. Well, maybe I will have a hard time. Where is that? There it is. Okay, so we're gonna take off from Dulles Airport. Anybody know what direction we travel? Any guesses?
Go west, young man.
West.
Go west. Right. So back in the day, just like last time, if you wanted to go to Fiji, because the planes didn't fly as far as they do nowadays, you typically land in LAX, and then they gas up, or you change planes, and then you go to Hawaii, which was nice. So you get all these free visits for one plane ticket. So you just typically get off in Hawaii a couple days, all for the same price. And then they gas up again, and then you go to Fiji. And I know I mentioned before that Fiji was typically on the way to Australia or New Zealand. So, you're just basically island hopping on the way out there because the planes back then didn't have gas. But nowadays, you can fly direct from LA, from maybe even from where we are, or maybe not, to Fiji. That's getting a little far, but at least probably just one stop in LA. All right, so let's land in Fiji. So typically you land in a city called Nadi. See there in the Big Island, we're going to land in Nadi, Fiji. And I was there back in 1985. I just quit a job and decided to go to Fiji. And so here I was backpacking. I was like 20, 26, 25 at the time, and landed in Nadi, Fiji. So let's learn a little bit about the history of Fiji. I'm going to stop sharing this, and we'll jump in where we typically do and talk a little bit about the history. So just a moment. Just a moment. Any questions so far about what we've seen? Nothing yet? Okay, hold on. I'm just going to pull it up. Just a moment. Okay. All right. Excuse just a moment, folks. And we'll be right on it. Okay, here we go. Great. Okay, so this will be a super quick history of Fiji. It's actually a little bit hard to get information on Fiji, so I'm going to play a couple of videos for you.
Hello.
And when I share this, I'm going to make sure I share the hold on. I'm getting pop-ups here. Apologize about that. Okay. Hopefully this works now. Everybody see it?
You have the trivia up, Lou.
Okay, having some technical difficulties today. Sorry, folks.
Alt tab, yeah.
Sorry about that. We'll get it for you. We'll get it. There we are. Okay, hopefully you see that now.
Yeah, you're good to go, Lou.
And welcome to Mr. This is Oceania, and here is Fiji. Now let's see what's been going on, shall we? Fiji consists of hundreds of islands and islets, many of them mountainous and thickly forested, with scenic coconut palm-studded beaches. It is part of the Pacific island grouping known as Melanesia, and while its early history is clouded in conjecture, we're told the first inhabitants arrived roughly 5 to 3,000 years ago, bringing plants, pigs, and pottery with them. The people were separated into various chiefdoms, and sailed the seas in double-hulled boats called ndrua, and used whale teeth as money, and lived in huts of wood and straw, and being typical humans, waged war on each other. Even dwelling in a tropical paradise doesn't stop people from clubbing each other on the head, it seems. The first European to lay eyes on Fiji was the Dutch explorer Abel Tasman in 1643, during his search for a great southern landmass. In 1789, Englishman William Bligh was the first to chart the islands of Fiji, but Europeans mostly stayed away until various merchants discovered valuable sandalwood and these rather repulsive echinoderms called sea cucumbers, which people would pay to eat for some reason. The first western town, Levuka, was established around 1820 and became an important port. Fijian chiefs, meanwhile, acquired European weapons to use against their enemies. Christianity was also introduced with an influx of missionaries who told the Fijians to cut their hair shorter and to stop eating people. The 1840s was a time of war between rival chiefs, and the following decade saw one man become the most powerful, Thakombau. In 1854, he became a Christian, but that didn't stop him from crushing his enemies, and after a number of years he managed to unify the islands of Fiji into a single state for the first time in 1871. But the American government blamed him for an arson attack on the home of their consul back in 1849 and demanded monetary compensation that Thakombau could not pay. So he agreed to hand over rulership to Britain, and it became a British colony. The first year was a calamity. A lack of quarantine procedures saw a measles epidemic wipe out around a third of Fiji's population. Governor Sir Arthur Gordon stepped in afterwards with the aim of doing good for the Fijians. He prohibited the exploitation of Fijian people for labor and made it illegal for Fijian people's lands to be sold. Since his beneficence towards the natives would lead to economic decline, however, Gordon rubber-stamped the importing of contract workers from India. Between 1879 and 1916, over 60,000 Indians came to Fiji to work, mostly on sugarcane plantations. But after a while, the Indians noticed they were being treated like second-class citizens, and during World War II, they refused to serve in the army and declined to work at the lower wages offered to them. This naturally made the Indo-Fijians somewhat unpopular. Sir Kamisese Mara became Fiji's first prime minister after its independence in 1970, but there lingered racial tensions. Indo-Fijians made up nearly half the population by the 1980s, and when a government dominated by Indians came to power, a Fijian colonel called Siriveni Rabuka emerged to stop it and put Fijians back in power. He later became prime minister himself from 1992 to 99. A number of Indians moved out of Fiji, but an Indo-Fijian won the election in 1999, becoming prime minister. However, the following year, a Fijian nationalist deposed him, and for a while things were a muddle until another coup occurred in 2006 with Fijian Frank Bainimarama taking power as prime minister and being elected in 2014 and re-elected in 2018. Fiji today has a high level of human development and one of the best economies of the Pacific, and tourists are very much drawn to the country's beautiful islands. Fijians themselves are among the nicest people you will ever meet, and they are very good at rugby. One of my favorite moments from the Rio Olympics was seeing Fiji win the gold in the rugby sevens. What awaits Fiji in the days ahead? Comment below, but for now, bye-bye!
Well, that was actually pretty interesting. Any key takeaways from that?
Yeah, they use
cannibals
whale
and
teeth
candy.
for money.
Well, so the first, what did I hear there? Cannibals? Is that what someone said?
Yeah, I said it. They were cannibals at first.
One
Yeah.
thing I know to do though is that the Europeans still, even today, telling folks to cut their hair, even in America. You notice how they told the people to cut their hair? We got a case down in Texas right now trying to get a young man to cut his hair in high school.
Oh no.
Oh, wow.
It never stops. I love it though. That's human nature.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You know, when you're living in a sunny area like that, having a big amount of hair is also pretty important.
Protect your head.
Yeah. Protect your head from the sun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny to me though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then anything else?
But you know what's funny? No disrespect, but the colonizers colonized Fiji too.
Oh yeah.
So the whole world, the whole universe, it seems, has been colonized at one point or the other.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
seems to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Since I was there in '85, I didn't realize so much turmoil had taken place.
Yeah.
When I was there, there was a time when the native Fijians, who very much look like from sub-Saharan Africa, I think they said that they came from Madagascar originally, back in the day.
Okay.
And and back then, like the Indians couldn't even own land. You had to be a native Fijian to own land back then. But there are people of Indian descent everywhere. I mean, you just couldn't. You thought you were in India somewhere. But
Oh.
but the laws were such that they were trying to reduce the impact of the Indians and favor the. But it looks like that changed back and forth a number of times since then.
Yeah.
But you know what else, Lou? It seems
Hmm.
like everywhere that they go to colonize something, a disease breaks out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
A
look
disease
everywhere.
breaks out.
Everywhere disease.
And then
Measles.
and the
Yeah.
disease, and they also bring guns,
Yes.
Yeah.
introduce
Mhm.
guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, somebody mentioned cannibalism. I want to play a video about this because that was really interesting.
Even
boy.
harder to
Yeah,
believe
that
is the fact that
fascinated
for
me.
hundreds
I
of
was like,
years,
wow.
the islands were avoided by explorers such as Captain Cook, who dubbed them the Cannibal Islands. This grisly reputation held Europeans at bay until the early 1800s.
Look at that hair they got, man. Look at
Oh.
that.
Better
That's a-
cut
We
that
was
hair.
wearing that in the 70s.
Yeah.
That was
All
our
they
that
need
was
some
our fashion. in the
coconut oil and castor oil. That's all they need on it.
They don't need nothing on it. It's natural.
Nah,
We
you gotta
used to
have
call
something
the Angela
natural.
Davis Bush.
I
Wow,
had
look
a
at that. Look
natural
at
like that
that.
too. The bugs used to get in it. You had to do that.
Do you all know that that story, Pippi Longstocking? They mentioned the Fijian Islands. Her father was a sailor, and he always went to the Fijian Islands, and they talked about cannibalism way
Mhm.
back in those books.
Wow.
Well, and
Oh,
what this
yeah.
says is that the Europeans avoided Fiji because there was so many cannibals there until the middle 1800s.
Yeah.
Oh.
Of course, the Europeans didn't want to be eaten.
So if you
And
want
they
to keep
called them, they called
What
the
you say,
people,
Louis?
they called the people that they were eating
didn't-
long pigs.
They didn't want to be
Really?
eaten.
How do
The
you-
Oh, yeah.
Europeans didn't want to be
Yeah, they
How do you
called
all-
them long pigs.
How do you all know so much about this? That's
They were
interesting.
trying to keep the insiders out,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Called them long
the
pigs,
outsiders
and
out.
they would eat the people. So they like eating the people. They bought pigs there, but they preferred eating the people, which
Oh,
is
God.
People might taste good.
No, they were trying to scare the people to keep them from coming. The more you look here, the more I get you thinking I'm crazy, Elder Wrath, you won't come see me.
Yeah.
Enough
True,
of those references,
true.
Harold. I know that.
You'll stay away.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pick it up.
Today, the only vestiges of cannibalism are found behind glass at the Suva Museum. This display depicts the ancient custom of putting the bones of hated enemies between the branches of a tree at the edge of the village as a warning to potential raiders and to keep evil ancestral spirits away. These implements are forks used in a ritual cannibal ceremony. They prevent the fingers of the diner from touching the flesh of the victim.
Piece of that meat.
Although cannibalism disappeared with the spread of Christianity, another unusual ritual practice survives in Fiji today. Vila Vila Irevo literally means jumping into the oven. This practice of firewalking is performed almost exclusively by members of the Sawa'u tribe from the island of Benga off the coast of Viti Levu.
All right, so that was a little interlude there.
Mm.
All right, well now let's fire up a little bit about the about what there is to do today in Fiji. I think that there's all kinds of different takes on it. I'm going to start off with this video right here.
Welcome to Fiji. With 87-degree crystal clear water, kind and welcoming people, some of the most abundant marine life on this planet, and a plethora of waterfalls and natural adventure parks, Fiji truly is incredible. Come with us to experience paradise and see how to travel this spectacular country.
Our journey to Fiji began in Los Angeles International Airport. We flew from LAX to Nandi with Fiji Airways on one of their brand new A350s, which was an absolute treat. We
made it to Fiji. Awesome flight. Really enjoyed it. Super nice airplane.
Yeah, great service.
Awesome.
Nandi, Fiji is home to Fiji's main international airport and likely where you will fly into when visiting. Nandi is located on Viti Levu, which is Fiji's largest island and home to the country's capital city, Suva. We would recommend spending some time on Viti Levu to experience all that it has to offer before whisking off to Fiji's many other island groups. To get around the island, we would recommend either renting a car or taking advantage of Fiji's taxi system. We opted to rent a van given that we had 6 members of our group.
Our first stop after arriving in Fiji at 5:50 a.m. was the iconic Nandi Market. This market was a great way to be introduced to the kind and welcoming culture of Fiji. With great prices and fresh locally grown produce, we would recommend stocking up here with fresh fruit that can be your breakfast over the next few days. As we walked through the streets, we were greeted with so many smiling faces, warm bulas, and lots of fresh fruit. Should be all set for breakfast. This place is awesome. It's huge, and there's so much fun local produce if you can see.
Our next stop after the morning market was the Garden of the Sleeping Giant. This garden sits at the base of the Sleeping Giant Mountain, which gets its name from its distinct outline of a person laying down sleeping. This garden is home to more than 2,000 different types of orchids, which are absolutely breathtaking, along with a variety of greenery in a mostly shaded area. After the garden, you can look forward to some absolutely delicious tropical juice prepared by the local Fijians.
Drink is amazing.
They give us some Fijian.
This is my 4th one, so if that says anything about it.
After 4 glasses of tropical juice and some awesome conversation with the local Fijians, we were ready for the next part of our adventure.
After the garden, we drove just 5 minutes down the road to the Sebecho Hot Springs, where we took place in a local Fijian mud bath and hot spring. This was both a unique and fun experience, even on a hot day.
After the mud bath, we came back into town and stopped at Kanu for an early dinner. Kanu is one
of the best waterfalls on the island, the Biasevu Waterfall. The Biasevu Waterfall is a 2-hour drive from Nandi over a picturesque drive along the Coral Coast. The waterfall is a quick 20-minute walk from the base of the village along a mostly paved trail. Horses are available to ride if you would prefer for an additional cost. It is worth noting that there is an entry fee of 25 Fijian dollars, which the local village collects to give you access to their maintained trail and a guide which will show you the waterfall. We enjoyed a truly beautiful waterfall along with some of the awesome cliff jumping showed to us by our local guide. It was a perfect way to spend our morning.
Islands.
We woke up bright and early the next day for our full-day boat tour to the Mamanuca Islands. We were told before coming to Fiji that the Mamanuca Islands were home to some of Fiji's best snorkeling. Excited to see for ourselves, we booked a tour with South Sea Sailing to the Malolo Sandbar with a stop for snorkeling at the Sunflower Reef. Most tours to the Mamanucas leave out of Port Denarau and offer hotel pickup and drop-off, which is particularly nice if you don't have a rental car. Depending on what season you go, there are lots of different boat tours to the Mamanuca Islands. Really, you can't go wrong. The 87-degree crystal clear blue water and fun-loving Fijian hospitality is bound to be an incredible experience no matter who you go with.
Amazing day. For our final day on Viti Levu, we set out to experience some of the country's most famous scuba diving at the Benga Lagoon. While many people stay on Benga Island and do entire dive trips to the various coral reefs in the lagoon, we opted to take a half-day scuba trip from Pacific Harbor, which is conveniently located on the main island of Viti Levu. Pacific Harbor is a charming beach town located on the famous Coral Coast. It is a beautiful 2-hour and 45-minute drive along the Coral Coast from the city of Nandi. We arrived around 9 a.m. excited for our first ever scuba diving experience.
The Benga Lagoon is famously known for the Benga Lagoon Shark Dive, which is considered by many to be the best shark dive in the world. As this was our first time scuba diving, we were a little cautious and opted to do our coral dive instead, which was absolutely beautiful. As with our previous snorkeling, we were blown away by the underwater beauty during our dive.
We woke up the next morning and made our way back to Nandi International Airport to take a domestic plane to the island of Taveuni, otherwise known as the Garden Island. This teeny island is home to world-class marine life in the Rainbow Reef, incredible waterfalls, and thrilling natural water slides. While Taveuni is often overlooked compared to the more popular Yasawa Islands, we absolutely loved every minute we had on the island and would recommend it as one of the must-see places in Fiji. Our trip to Taveuni began with an hour-and-a-half plane ride on a 14-passenger propeller plane. There is no in-flight entertainment on this plane, but we certainly didn't mind as the views out the window were absolutely breathtaking. For our first full day in Taveuni, we set out to experience some of the incredible marine life that we had heard all about. As Rachel and I are scuba certified, we chose to go scuba diving, but we have been told you can get a similar experience snorkeling at the Waitabu Nature Reserve, which is a protected coral reef just off the coast of Taveuni. We were told that
What the next day on this special island had in store.
We started our next day with a kayak ride out to some of the beautiful little islands right off the coast. Our Airbnb provided kayaks, which was perfect. Kayaking out to our own private island, snorkeling in the untouched reefs, and spending the morning relaxing on our own private beach turned out to be one of the highlights of our trip. I don't quite know if we could ever get tired of floating in the 87-degree water, looking at some of the most incredible fish and coral reefs in the world.
So these folks were obviously big into the marine stuff. I'll skip a lot of the marine stuff. Any thoughts or questions about what you just saw?
I saw the goldfish in their natural habitat.
Uh-huh. The fish are beautiful too.
Yeah, that must be where they get the goldfish.
Uh-huh.
I see a lot of these at Petco. How about this one?
Indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Petco.
Yeah.
And that one at Petco.
The bluefish, greenfish.
Oh, I've seen that one at Petco right there too.
Yeah.
Whitefish.
Tiger top,
Yeah.
tiger fish.
You know, one thing they talk
I'm
about.
looking for the betas.
Yeah, yeah. One of the things they talk about is how happy the Fijians are. They're consistently ranked the happiest or runner up to the happiest people in the whole world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. It's really true, and it's contagious. You feel like you're euphoric there. It's the weirdest thing.
Oh,
Be there because that means it's so much peace.
Yeah, they're always saying "bula, bula," which means hello. It's like they go crazy, say "bula," and everybody goes crazy saying "bula." And it's just contagious. It's so wonderful.
The word "bula" sounds exciting to say. It's funny.
Yeah.
It makes you smile. Bula bula. Bula bula.
Bula
Yeah.
bula
And
you.
you know what? With that country being so beautiful, that you can't help but being happy.
Well,
I mean,
that's true. That's
it's
true.
beautiful.
And the
Yeah.
weather
blue
looks like
water,
it's
yeah,
always beautiful. The water
Yeah,
stays
like
at a
you in
certain temperature.
paradise.
yeah.
87-degree
It's
water. Yeah.
paradise. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just amazing how contagious the happiness was. You know, it's just something just amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let me just play this next video.
Fiji is a tropical paradise famous for its friendly people and beautiful islands. With more than 300 islands to choose from, you'll find plenty of tropical attractions and rewarding things to do. Here are the top things to do in Fiji. Number 17, Suva Municipal Market. Get ready to explore the thumping heart of the capital city, Suva. The Suva Municipal Market. This extraordinary market.
So it's interesting that when you research your travel, you got to check out a lot of these videos because a lot of these things they don't overlap. They're this is a different video with many different places.
Where you can spend hours snapping photos, sampling exotic fruits, and chatting with the friendly vendors. This market is home to an array of tropical produce, from giant-sized cabbages to jackfruits and yams. You'll find prices here are cheaper than in regular stores, and there's no need to haggle as everything is clearly marked. Established in the 1950s, this market has grown from a small farmer's market to the biggest in the South Pacific. It's a bustling, dynamic place where locals come to sell their wares, and visitors can find everything from dry goods, fish, and vegetables to essential agribusiness products. Number 16, Sri Siva Subramaniya Swami Temple. This brilliantly built Hindu temple boasts traditional Dravidian architecture that will transport you to India and leave you in awe. Artists traveled from India to paint the temple and work on its colorful ceiling frescoes. One of the top tourist attractions in Nadi, this rainbow-hued temple is the largest Hindu temple in the Southern Hemisphere, and a steady stream of devotees and tourists come here to admire the impressive architecture. The temple is dedicated to the god Mungan, depicted by the wooden statue from India housed in the main temple. Number 15, Dholisuva Forest Park. Escape the hustle and bustle of the city and immerse yourself in nature at the Dholisuva Forest Park. One of the best places to visit in Fiji. This 1 square mile forest park is home to a lush rainforest filled with tropical plants and melodic bird life. Take a stroll on the 4 miles of walking trails and discover exquisite vistas and natural swimming pools. The park sits at an elevation of 120 meters to 180 meters, making it a cool and peaceful escape from Suva's urban chaos. Whether you're looking for a picnic spot, a place to swim, or just want to relax, the Dholisuva Forest Park offers it all. Number 14, Sigatoka Sand Dunes National Park. The Sigatoka Sand Dunes is a must-see destination for those who are looking for an adventure and a connection with nature. This park is home to a beautiful array of wind-blown and rough terrain that ranges in height from 65 to 200 feet, providing visitors with the opportunity to hike and witness breathtaking views of the surf from the highest peaks. Not only is this park a nature lover's paradise, but it's also an archaeologist's dream come true. The dunes slowly shift, revealing buried treasures from early human colonization of Melanesia. You can see ancient Lapita artifacts, including 2,000-year-old pottery, stone tools, and one of the biggest burial sites in the Pacific. Number 13, Tavuni Hill Fort. Get ready to step back in time and immerse yourself in Fiji's rich history with a visit to the Tavuni Hill Fort. Built in the 18th century, this fort was a guarded site used during war and is now one of Fiji's most intriguing historical sites. Perched atop a 300-feet-high limestone hill at the edge of a bend in the Sigatoka River, the fort offers breathtaking views and is a must-see for history buffs and romantics alike. Whether you're looking for a romantic getaway or a glimpse into Fiji's past, Tavuni Hill Fort is sure to impress. Number 12, Fiji Museum. The Fiji Museum will take you on an adventure through Fiji's cultural and historical heritage. This small but mighty museum offers a comprehensive view of the country's rich history and culture. One of the highlights is the enormous Ratu Whanau, a 42-feet-long double-hulled kayak that is a sight to behold. Other exhibits include war clubs, a grisly display about human flesh consumption, and artifacts from British colonial history and the influence of the country's large Indian population. The museum also has an extensive collection of artifacts dating back 3,700 years and includes the traditional wooden cannibalism forks. Number 11, Denaro Island. Denaro Island is the ultimate vacation destination for those looking for a little bit of everything. Whether you're in the mood for some shopping, dining, or entertainment, this tourist hotspot has it all. With over 40 restaurants to choose from, you can indulge in everything from pizza and burgers to Fijian and Indian cuisine. And while you're at it, why not catch some free entertainment? Every evening, fire dancers light up the outdoor area, and Polynesian and Melanesian dancers add a dash of Fijian culture. And after a day of activities, don't forget to book a relaxing massage at the spa. Number 10, Benga Lagoon. Looking for a thrill of a lifetime? Look no further than Benga Lagoon, where adventure seekers and divers alike can experience the famous Benga Lagoon shark dive. With strict safety measures in place, local dive operators offer exhilarating face-to-face encounters with some of the most feared creatures of the sea, including bull sharks, white tip, black tip, reef sharks, and even tiger sharks. But don't worry if you prefer a more subdued underwater experience. The lagoon is home to over 100 dive sites, showcasing an impressive diversity of soft corals and tropical fish, most of which are in relatively shallow waters not far from the shore. Number 9, Pacific Harbor. Get ready to unleash your inner adrenaline junkie at Pacific Harbor, the self-proclaimed adventure capital of Fiji. This upscale enclave offers a wide range of activities for thrill seekers and adventure enthusiasts, including river rafting, ziplining, jet skiing, surfing, four-wheel drive adventures, and the heart-pumping dive with bull sharks in Benga Lagoon. But don't worry, if you're looking for something a bit more low-key, Pacific Harbor also offers a popular arts village with souvenir stalls and cultural shows. And if that's not enough to entice you, the Pacific Harbor also offers firewalking, which is one of the best activities that you can witness in Fiji. By the way, if you want to learn how to save money on airfares, then click the link in the description below. This guide teaches you how to always get the cheapest flights. Number 8, Sawa Ilau Caves. Explore the mystical Sawa Ilau Caves in the northern Yasawa Islands, where wind and waves have sculpted limestone caverns over thousands of years. Known as the site of some scenes from the famous Brooke Shields movie, The Blue Lagoon, these caves are a sight to behold. The first limestone cavern is easy to access and offers a cool, crystal-clear swimming hole with interesting limestone formations. But the real adventure begins when you swim through an underwater tunnel to access the inner cave. Locals believe that this inner cavern is the heart of the Yasawas and the final resting place of the 10-headed Fijian god Ulutini. With the beautiful scenery around, the Blue Lagoon, and the pristine beauty makes this place a must-visit. Number 7.
Well, I want to go there. Whoa.
Yeah.
Wild Adventure Park. Named after the national bird of Fiji, Kula Wild Adventure Park is a must-see for families and nature enthusiasts. This park offers a unique opportunity to get up close and personal with some of Fiji's rarest and most beautiful creatures. Hold the Fijian crested iguana, snap pictures of native birds, and learn about captive breeding programs for endangered species. The 12-acre park boasts wooden boardwalks that thread through the forest, offering a chance to see tropical plants, lizards, snakes, and native birds like doves, parrots, and water birds. The marine exhibit has tropical fish, colorful soft coral, and sea turtles, and you might even get to hand-feed baby sea turtles. Number 6, Levuka. Step back in time and explore Fiji's only UNESCO World Heritage Site, Levuka. The quaint town, nestled amid mango trees and coconut palms, was the first colonial capital of Fiji and the first place where Europeans settled in the early 19th century. The historic center of Levuka is a window into old Fiji, with its old wooden buildings, such as the Royal Hotel, which opened in the 1860s and is still operating today as the oldest hotel in the South Pacific, Sacred Heart Cathedral from the 1860s, and the Morris Hedstrom Bond Store. Visitors to Levuka can also organize homestays with the locals and experience the laid-back ambience of this friendly town. Number 5, Natadola Beach. Escape to paradise and discover one of the best beaches in Fiji, Natadola Beach. With its long expanse of white sandy beach and turquoise water, Natadola is the perfect place to swim, no matter the tide. But that's not all. The beach offers the perfect conditions for a variety of water sports, including surfing, snorkeling, and more. So whether you're a pro or a beginner, you'll find something to enjoy here. The beach is 1 mile long with just a few resorts, so it never feels crowded and you can enjoy the peace and quiet. And as the day comes to an end, Natadola Beach is a famous spot to catch one of the most breathtaking sunsets in Fiji. Number 4, Sabeto Hot Springs and Mud Pool. If you're looking for something a little different, head over to Sabeto Hot Springs and Mud Pool, a short distance from the town of Nadi. Here, you can indulge in one easy to use by the local families of pools set it natural. It's a simple, therapeutic experience. Are you a plant person? Do you get excited at the mere thought of a verdant garden? If so, you're in luck, because the Garden of the Sleeping Giant is calling your name. This lush oasis, located in the foothills of the eponymous mountain peak, is just a short jaunt away from Nadi and offers a smorgasbord of blooming delights. Once the private collection of the late great actor Raymond Burr of Perry Mason fame, this garden is now open to the public and boasts over 2,000 species of orchids, as well as a tranquil lily pond teeming with tadpoles and frogs. Stroll along the covered boardwalks, swing in the hammocks, and take a picnic by the pond. Free.
So I think we already saw this one. So really, out of these 17 or so places, only 2 of them overlap the previous video. So it just shows you how important it is to check multiple videos out. I like this one better. It shows more different places.
Yeah, and just and the thing Perry Mason had a garden out there.
Yeah. And he's an old-time actor. It was hard. It must have been hard to get out there back in the day.
Yeah.
Taking a propeller plane and all that.
No, they had a way.
Yeah. All right. Any other thoughts? Oh, it looks like Anne. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that I think he had some property there too. And he grew some very beautiful orchids, but he also grew a plant that is popular at Christmas time, and that's the poinsettias.
Oh, well,
That's
Anne,
interesting.
how do you know so much about this?
Well, I read a book about Raymond Burr. I'm a big Raymond Burr fan. And I read the book, and he was into gardening and to cook. He was a very good cook too.
Oh,
well, this is his garden right here. This is the land he owned, right? You're looking at it right now.
And he loved orchids, and he raised orchids, but he also loved poinsettia. Now I don't know if he had poinsettia in Fiji, but I do know that he raised poinsettia in California.
All right.
Well, thanks for sharing that. And now Janelle or Bridget?
It's me, Bridget. I noticed when they were on the reef that one guy was actually hand feeding a shark. I didn't know you can hand feed a shark. And another
I don't want to be up and personal.
Yeah. Another thing I noticed is that they also sport the grass skirts like the Hawaiians.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's interesting.
They're all closely related in the South Seas.
Yeah.
That's all. Okay.
I guess because grass skirts kept them cool.
yeah.
Kept the mosquitoes away, right?
Yeah, kept the bugs away and everything. Because something constantly moving.
Well, folks, I'm going to play one more video here.
Before you head out to the islands of Fiji, it's imperative to do a little bit of research. Call us Debbie Downers all you want, but ignoring the list of 10 things not to do in Fiji can definitely put a damper on your tropical vacay. Know before you go. 1. Don't forget to book a village tour. Many resorts offer guided village tours. For a small fee, you'll be taken to rural areas to see the traditional Fijian way of life. At the end of the tour, you'll be greeted by local artisans who sell handcrafted items that would make the perfect souvenirs. 2. Don't ride share. If you need to get around town, a taxi is your best bet. But you should definitely steer clear of ride-sharing. According to travel advisories, taxi drivers are the victims of many crimes, so make sure your driver doesn't pick up randoms while they're taking you to your destination. 3. Don't expect to party all night. Fijians go to bed super early. If you have plans on partying until the wee hours of the morning, you're on your own. We recommend Beachcomber, a tiny island in the volcanic archipelago known as the Mamanuca Islands, which hosts wonderful parties with live music and entertainment. There's not much going on when nighttime hits. 4. Don't go hiking alone. You'll experience some of the best sights while hiking in Fiji, especially at the Koroyanatu National Park. But proceed with caution while you're making your trek. Many of the paths aren't well maintained and the terrain can be hazardous. Also, it's safer to hike with a companion or a guide. 5. Don't show too much skin. In any other areas, wearing shorts and tank tops is fine. However, if you're going to visit a village, women are expected to cover their shoulders and both men and women should wear shorts that cover their knees. Also, hats and sunglasses should be removed as a form of respect. 6. Don't give candy to the kids. If you want to give kids some candy, you should hold off on giving out sugary snacks. The diabetes-related death rate in Fiji is the second highest in the world. Children also don't visit the dentist as frequently, so giving them candy will just cause more dental issues for them in the long run. 7. Don't stay in urban areas. To cut down on your chances of an unfortunate event happening during your trip, steer clear of the urban areas. There's a high crime rate there than in rural areas. If you want to explore a certain part of the island, make sure you ask your resort staff if the area is safe beforehand. 8. Don't be too impatient. If you're visiting from a fast-paced environment, you may want to continue with your normal way of life in the midst of the hustle and bustle. However, in Fiji, everything moves at the pace of a turtle, so go ahead and embrace the slow pace. You deserve to kick back and relax. 9. Don't drive on the right. In Fiji, we drive on the left side of the road. And make sure you're very attentive when driving after dark. Roads in the city are paved, but once you enter the rural areas, the roads aren't properly maintained. There aren't adequate streetlights or roadsides, and many of the roadways are full of potholes. 10. Don't drink too much kava. Kava is a legal and traditional herbal drink made from the ground root of a spicy pepper plant. There are actual kava ceremonies. A glass of kava won't do you any harm, but if you drink too much, it can cause grogginess and a decrease in motor coordination and reaction times. So on that note, don't kava and drive. Where do you want to know what not to do in next? Comment below.
Okay, well that's it. Any thoughts about what not to do?
Don't drink and drive.
There's crime everywhere.
We drank a lot of kava back there back in the day when I was
Don't drive on the
25.
right.
Hey, kava's a bad
Kava
thing.
is an alcoholic beverage, Lou.
Yeah.
It's made out of a root. It almost tastes like mud. You know, it doesn't really have much of a taste, but but I think it contributes to the euphoria over there because it just makes you lazy back.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm here, Lou, by the way. I'm ready when you are.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. So any last comments before we jump into the trivia, folks?
Well, crime is everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Can't get away from that. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Was the kava spicy?
No, it was not spicy, and I think it's the effect that it gives you that people like, not so much the taste.
Okay. Oh, I see.
So it's more like a wine, huh?
Yeah.
More like a wine than liquor. Okay.
I think it makes you happier than wine, though.
Anyway, you gonna say some corn liquor.
It makes you a little drugged up.
That's that Fiji.
Wow. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing here, and we're gonna fire up our favorite section here.
Great. While Lou pulls up the trivia, I want us to all practice. Again, the method that we have our trivia is we have everyone on mute. And once Lou has the question and says the question, you need to raise your hand in order to be called on, so that way you could potentially be in the running for a prize. So again, before we get started, can everyone raise their hand in Zoom? You tap more at the top right of Zoom, and then you hit raise hand. Okay, if your Zoom is updated and your toolbar is at the bottom, you'll hit the reactions button and then you'll hit raise hand. So, wow, we got 8 so far. Thank you. Again, if you want to respond to one of Lou's questions, you must raise your hand and provide your answer after you unmute yourself. Okay.
All right, Alexander, I'll let you pick out whoever the contestants. Okay, here we go.
Yes. So let's all go ahead and good luck to all.
First question. Whoa, what is the traditional national drink of Fiji Islands? Oh, who's first?
Brenda, your hand up was up.
You just showed us kava.
Yeah, kava.
Yeah.
The one Fiji fact that you may not know is that many Fijians drink kava, a unique beverage made from the root of the kava plant. Known as a traditional drink, it's unique when you drink the beverage because it creates a pleasant numbing sensation around your mouth and tongue. Or a lot more than that, actually.
Oh, wow.
It makes you feel calm and relaxed. So here's the guys actually making it. This is really how they make it. They have a whole ceremony around it. You know, it's like communion for the Catholics. They take it real serious.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good job, Brenda. You're in the running for a prize today. Thanks so much.
Okay.
All right. Next question. Fiji has 3 official languages. What are they?
Mr. Steven, what is your answer?
I'm going to say French, English, and Fijian. That was a guess.
What's the verdict?
Nope, not those 3, but you're close. You're close.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Steven. Any other responses? Please raise your hand. Okay, Geraldine, what is your answer?
Okay, I know 2. Okay, but you need all 3.
Yes,
Fijian,
we have 3.
Fijian, huh?
Okay, go ahead. What is your answer?
Just 2. Okay, 2. Fijian and English.
Well, we need all 3, Geraldine.
I don't know the third one.
But thanks so much for trying. Thank you so much. Ms. Brenda Thompson, what is your answer?
English, Fijian, and Hindi. Hindi.
Yes, that's it. That's
Thompson.
it. Fiji, English, and Hindi. Very good.
Good job, Ms. Brenda. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I know that's right, Ms. I know you travel the world.
I've been reading before the light that comes on.
Oh, well, good job, Ms. Brenda. Good job. Thank you so much. You're also in the running for a prize today. Thank you so much.
All right. Next question. Here we go. What is Fiji's favorite national sport? These are easy.
Anne, first hand up. What is your answer?
Track.
Oh, good guess, but nope.
Oh, okay. Thanks so much, Anne. Miss Melanie, what is your answer?
Was it rugby?
Bing, 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 bing,
Oh,
bing,
good
bing,
job, Miss
bing.
Melanie. Did you know that?
No, I remember
Oh.
from the film.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I didn't watch all the videos today, but
Yeah.
Good job. I know that's right, Miss Melanie.
And I had watched when I was researching this. I think Fiji won the gold medal in the Olympics for rugby. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what the film said.
That's amazing, isn't it?
They must be some tough folks.
Oh, they're big. Oh, back up. Fijians are huge. I didn't add that.
Yeah. No, I know.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Harold put a picture of them in the chat, and yeah, they look pretty tough.
They're big people. It's like Samoans, they're huge.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
All
thank
right,
you. So far, you Brenda M, Brenda T, and Miss Melanie, and they're running for a prize.
But they're gentle. They're gentle huge. It's not a scary huge. It's a gentle huge.
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go. Next. This is a tough one. What famous geographic feature passes through the island of Taviuni? Taviuni. Tough one.
Oh, Mr. Steven, that was fast. What is your answer?
I'm gonna say the equator.
Oh, that's a good guess, but you're in the right neighborhood, but that's the
Okay.
wrong answer.
Thanks so much for trying, Mr. Steven. Thanks so much. Any other responses? Please raise your hand. Okay, Bridget, what is your answer?
I'm going to take a wild guess and say the Tropic of Cancer.
Oh, you both are in the right neighborhood of the types of things, but that's the wrong one also.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Please raise your hand if you would like to answer. Lou, do you want Mrs. Steven to try again? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. What is your answer, Mrs. Steven?
I'm gonna say the Tropic of Capricorn.
Oh, no, not
No.
that one.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I give you I give you a hint. Well, are we ready for a hint?
I think one more hand.
Okay.
Anne?
The Dateline?
Bing, 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 bing.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, I never knew the name of this, but I know what this is. Wow.
Yeah, apparently it's like the one place in the world. Look at the red. This red line is the international date line. So on one side of the line, it's one day, and the next side of the line, it's the day before. And when they created the line, they went through great efforts to not have it go through any landmass, so that you can't have two different days in the same place, except one place, and that's this Tivianu Island. And that's the one place in the world where you can stand and have one foot in one day and the other foot in the other day at the same time.
Wow. Good job, Anne. I know that's right.
Yeah, good job. You see all the effort, though. Mostly the international date line, which is between like Hawaii and Japan, is an open ocean, open Pacific. But when you get into the islands of the South Pacific, it's got to dodge all these islands, so it doesn't go through any one of them. But it does in Fiji. So you see Fiji down here? Oh, okay. Let's continue on. Okay, 24 out of the 28 airport runways in Fiji are made out of this material. I think this is the last question.
These are some great questions, Lou.
Any guesses?
Mrs. Steven, third time's the charm. What is your answer?
I'm gonna say crushed coral.
No, good guess.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Harold, what is your answer?
And what about rubber?
No, good guess.
A gum.
Oh, Miss Mel, thank you so much. I know you just answered. I appreciate that. Yeah. You too, Anne. I appreciate you volunteering. Let's see if we can get a new face, new voice. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna go with Cassandra since we haven't heard from Miss Cassandra. What is your answer?
Is it phosphate?
What is it?
Phosphate?
Oh, asphalt?
Yes.
No. Good
Okay.
guess, though. It's a very good guess.
Thank you,
Okay.
Cassandra. Bridget, what is your answer?
It's made from the material from the ocean. Agate, coral agate.
No, good guess, though. Good guess.
Tough one.
I give you a hint.
Uh-huh.
We all see this material every day.
One more hint. Okay, Cassandra. Let's see if you get it.
Is it concrete?
No, but we do see it every day. What else do we see every day? Anybody? Alex, you tell me when the time is up.
We'll go with okay, Miss Foster. Well, that's the last one. We'll see.
Would it be concrete?
Oh no, good guess. Good
Someone
guess.
guessed that already, Miss Foster.
Okay.
I think you stumped him, Lou.
I give one more hint. I can almost guarantee that every one of you has this in your property, in the property where you live. Almost everybody.
Okay, Miss Brenda Hill.
Wood.
What was it?
WOOD.
No. Okay, that's it. Well, good guesses, everybody. Here we go. You're all gonna say, "Oh, that was easy." Here we go. You ready?
Grass. Grass. I see some reactions. Yes, the laughing emoji definitely applies. That's insane.
Yeah. Grass.
Wow.
All right. Well, Alex, we're running a little over today. Didn't expect some of these lengthy responses, but go ahead and take over.
Oh no, we're doing great. Thank you all so much for coming on and for responding. As before, we have our wheel of folks that got our answers correct today. So thank you for participating, you all. We have Miss Brenda M, Miss Brenda T, Miss Melanie, and Anne for potentially winning a prize today. So we'll see who wins in 3, 2, 1. It looks like Miss Melanie won today's
Miss
prize.
Melanie.
Congratulations, Miss Melanie. Today you have won a stylus pen, so congratulations. I'll get that.
Oh, thank you. I needed that.
See you
Thank you.
next week, okay?
Yes.
Congratulations, Miss
indeed.
Melanie, and thanks for coming on and for participating as always.
Thank you very much.
And thank you all for thank you all for participating. Let's say a big thank you for Lou for always hosting today or our travel edition of the Lunch Club. So make sure you check out next Friday at 12 for our further exploration of Oceania. I'll see you all at 1:30. And again, thanks Lou for hosting and presenting the information today.
Good stuff,
Thank you,
Lou.
Lou.
Good
Thanks,
stuff,
Lou.
Lou.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank
Lou.
Thank you,
That's
Lou.
my
Good
journey.
stuff. So
Have a
happy.
good weekend. Have a nice weekend.
Have a great day,
Bye.
everybody.
Lou, I want to go to Paris.
Oh,
Me
goodness.
too.
See you all at 1:30. Have a great rest of
Bye.
the day.
Thank you.
All soon from all.
Okay,
Come on at 1:30.
See you all soon.
okay, one.
Thanks.
Bye.
Remember, I told you
Congratulations, Melody.
I wanted you to.
Thank you.